Today in Beating Grandmaster with Stupid Stuff, the curious StarCraft 2 strategy of Benjamin Button, in which we reverse everything. So we start in the late game and slowly but surely build up to the early game. Unit types, buildings, upgrades, all built in reverse order while trying to stay alive as long as possible. Once we hit the early game compositions, rather than dying like Benjamin Button did, we just bounce back to the late game and so forth, as long as we're in the game, until we win or lose. And today we're starting with a beautiful TVT, and that can only mean one thing: Ravens, Vikings, and high-sec auto-tracking on the turrets. Enjoy! Alright, first game here is going to be against Max Packs in a TVT. Now, I think this is going to be one of the harder matchups to actually go through the reverse aging process, but it doesn't mean we can't try. So, in my mind, the ideal TVT late game composition is Raven, Viking, Liberator. You have a couple of tanks. I don't think I would actually mind having a Thor around either. So these are the units that I'm mainly focusing on. I think I'll get like one tank or so. I think that does kind of sound good. Now, I'm going to be making, like I mentioned before, I'm going to be making some units just to make sure that I can stay alive, right? Like, if I'm just straight up rushing out a single Raven, I'm going to die against absolutely everything that you can do. But the goal really is to get to the late game composition first, then oh my god, what are you doing, Max Packs? Piss off. And then slowly just move back through time, basically, and say, hey, what I want to do right now is I want to go into, afterwards I'm going to go into tanks, and I'm just going to play Marine tank in the late game, because my early game is going to technically be my late game. I just move back. So I'm also going to be starting with armory upgrades before any eBay upgrades, because that is where the majority of my stuff is going to come from anyway. Why is this guy already standing here like some idiot? Obviously should not have done that, but oh well, we all make mistakes in life, my friends. We all make mistakes. Now, this bad boy is definitely going to build my starport over here, and then we should be at least somewhat secure. Now, we're just going to be rushing out, like I said, I think maybe double starport, one just mainly focused on Ravens, the other one, I guess, just pumping out Vikings at a high pace. Now, this probably will confuse my opponent a significant amount, and might even make him believe that I'm 2-base all-inning him, but I'm not really planning on 2-base all-inning. I don't think it's going to happen. Maybe if I'm really far behind. And sometimes in the late game, you can kill your opponent, but I'm really kind of playing for that split map scenario here in the early game. And the later we get, the more aggressive I will get as well. Let's just get a tech lap on here as well. That does feel somewhat correct to me. Not too many Marines. You don't really want to have a big amount of Marines in your late game most of the time. Now, something that you definitely do want to have is more CCs. So we're going to just add a Neo CC as soon as possible. And just completely cut out Marines, basically, the entire time. Raven can start as well right now. I wonder where my real focus is. So, oh, what did he do? Okay, he's going to try and sacrifice something here. I can feel it. This guy plays like an absolute prick. He always does. He always plays like an absolute prick. Here, I'll take another gas as well. So, we build a reactor. We can only really use barracks for reactor building, I think reactor building generally is also pretty cool. Here we go. Little starport over here. And we probably just, the Marines that we still have left over in my late game army right now, we probably just want to spread them across the map. Oh, he's actually coming in right now. That seems bad for him, I think. What is he doing, actually? Oh, he's going for some... Actually, what are you doing, buddy? I have absolutely no clue. You think he's gonna continue here? No way, right? Nah, no way. You go here, a little tank in my main base as well. I need to be unsupply blocked in the next few minutes. I'm really working with a major supply block here, which is kind of frustrating. Very frustrating. We're mining a lot of gas though, which does feel great. And now we're absolutely not supply blocked anymore. So CC is being built. We're just gonna go into Vikings. We'll throw down our armory so we can get the air weapons upgrades is, I think, usually the upgrade you would get the latest. And this time is going to be the upgrade that I get first. Yeah, piss off, what are you doing? Really? Do you really think this is a smart plan against me, mate? Maybe I get an eBay for a turret wall. If I get my eBay, I also gotta research like the reverse upgrades first. So the turret range and the building plating, like the armor for buildings. I think that is genuinely a very good call. And then once we are pretty much set up, you know, on 3 bases or so, I think we're good to go. I really do believe we're somewhat good to go in that case. Well, tried to kill that. Didn't quite end up working out. But that's okay. I mean, we're just in a stable position, which is exactly what you want. Ship weapons first, obviously. Now we're going to add in the high-sec auto-tracking. Just get a little bit of a turret ring set up over here. That always feels good to do for me. My opponent's going to be real confused by the... I think at least he's going to be real confused by the fact that I have an armory. You'll see my mine remain invisible. So, okay, that's not entirely normal. It's like, no, it indeed is not, mate. It indeed is not. I need more ravens, I think. Like, just pure raven is definitely the way forward. We're gonna add a turret in here as well. That's my my NT, what do you call that? Keep forgetting the name of it. Oh, there it is. There's no shoddy expected a turret there. This one didn't even have the range yet. Just wait for that, buddy. Okay, we're gonna finish our turret ring right now. And so usually... I also really want to do this properly with the production. So usually you'd get, I think, 3 starports. That is like kind of... That is end game composition, you know what I mean? That really is working towards the end game. So once we have... Ooh, this is scary. This is real scary, actually. What is he doing? This is not scary at all. This is actually legitimately 0 scary. I said nothing. No, I said nothing. So once we have that set up, then we're going to finally start pissing off. Please don't kill my raven. Please don't kill my vibe. Did I just attack my own Hellion? What was that? Well, it wasn't entirely brilliant, that's for sure. Oh, the sensor tower and more CCs, obviously. We are going to get our 3rd starport. Maybe a fusion core as well. That feels good, I think. To me, it feels good at least. Okay, he's trying to move to a different location. Maybe I want... And now I probably want to add a 2nd factory. Now that I'm getting my full... my air setup going as well. That does seem somewhat correct. I think there's something stupid here. Were those 2 medevacs? I think they were, weren't they? What is this? This is a stupid attack. That's what it is. That was a really dumb attack, no? Wait, what? Is it working? How is this working? And he's also in my main at the same time. This is not good. This... What? I thought for sure this was a dumb attack. Did he just beat me? I'm surviving for now, but... my main base has been consumed by the packs. Yeah, very frustrating. It's going to be a cheeky little loss. Went slightly better than I thought it would. I mean, I had pretty good eco. I had a little bit of cash in the bank. Maybe I should... Yeah, my 2nd factory was almost done. And then I can start working backwards and start getting Marines out at some point. But I also wanted some more command centers. Surprised that these turrets didn't kill any of these medevacs. I saw it coming as well, but I was too afraid to send my Vikings there. I should have pre-landed my Vikings in this area too. So some mistakes were made. This definitely has some viability though. So I'm going to try it again. Once again, we have a little Terran versus Terran action. This time against the Muffin Man. Well, just Muffin. A 4.9k Terran player. I personally do not know who Muffin is. I've never played against Muffin, but has a good taste in... Would a muffin be a pastry? I'm sure that's what you call a pastry. I always feel like pastry looks a little bit different. Muffin doesn't really feel like pastry. I think it would be... I had to label it as something. Probably would label it as that. Anyway, yeah, like I said, I'd never heard of Muffin up until this moment. But Muffin is about to have the surprise of a lifetime. Muffin also never heard of The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, is what I've heard. I actually have never seen the movie, or I think it's a book as well. I've also never read the book. I'm pretty sure it's a book, surely. I know that Brad Pitt is in the movie. I had to do my research, of course, before this video. I was like, what is Benjamin Button, actually? Because I couldn't quite recall. I just knew that the fella, he ages backwards. Yeah. So, yeah, that's funny. I'm easily entertained, of course. I am very generous when it comes with the laughing, usually. Now, we're gonna get a cheeky, maybe some Reapers? Maybe a mine? I like the mine. I like a fast armory with a mine as well. Just the thought of that makes me happy. It really excites me. Gonna continuously mine a little bit of money as well and send the Reaper. You know what? We'll keep the Reaper. I'm getting real tired of people sniping my first little SCV though in the natural. It's starting to piss me off a significant amount. We're just gonna go up here. It happens so much. It's always annoying. It never is not annoying. It literally never is not annoying. I think I sent my SCV too quick as well. Let's have a look. What are you doing, buddy? What are you doing? Because I don't quite know. Maybe want one more Reaper behind this? Yeah, I think so. Sometimes they also go the other way around. Like, this map is so freaking difficult in general. I do not envy myself having to play this map one bit. I actually wonder what the best way is to approach it. I kind of like my last game's approach. It felt like there was, you know, there was some type of potential there. I'm not saying that what I did was brilliant. I'm just saying that there is a world in which what I did is correct. Okay, I'm not gonna lose anything. I'll follow this up with a cheeky little mine. And the beauty of this is that I don't really need any marines at all. I actually... Hello, finish up. There you go. I wonder how many marines you actually do need. You know, and you always see Terrans building marines, but do you really need them? Wait, do I need this reactor then? No, I don't. I can save that gas actually initially. Yeah, I mean, if I'm not building marines, I don't need that for a very long time. You just build it automatically, because, well, most people build it automatically, but I don't actually think I need it right away. I'm pretty sure I don't need it right away here. Then we can get a really freaking fast, well, basically everything. Hello? Oh, you're so annoying, you know that? That's that. So killed one of my dudes. I wonder if I can actually like chase for a little bit or something. Don't think that's actually possible. Don't think that's super viable. Better Reapers are over here. Somewhere here right now. That's a great position for Reapers at this point. Now my first tank is already coming out. Then I can start my second tank, I think practically immediately. I almost want to fly this into a dead space. Just for spotting purposes. Being allowed to skip this reactor is actually crazy. You have so much gas. You can actually get so many dudes with it. I wonder if it has some value in an actual game as well. Gonna have to ask Clem about this. Give him some more Terran theory that I have invented. Clem's getting real upset with me, I think. The amount of times I message him with terrible build orders and then telling him that this is the future of Terran. Pretending like I know more. He's so patient as well and I tell him these things. Always pretends to listen. Sometimes even plays it. If I ask really kindly. Usually also wins with it when I ask him to play something cool. That's the most beautiful thing. Anyway, enough with the bragging. We're gonna send these across the map. A late game scout. Classic late game scout, really. You know, who hasn't seen it? I definitely have. And we're gonna start our reactor at this point as well. Gonna straight away try and fly this thing over. Like literally as fast as I can. And then make sure that I have continuous tank production. Last time, really felt like my tank production was just lacking a tiny tad. Yeah, whatever. It's a scout. I'm not here to kill anything, mate. Don't worry about it. Barracks. Okay, he's playing very standard game of StarCraft. I thought I heard that I'm under attack or something. No, that's not the case. It requires additional gas, really. I don't require additional gas. The only thing that I require is this third base in position. Okay, there we go. This is good. This is good. And now the difficult part really starts. We want an... Oh, you're such a... 1, 1, 2. Oh, come on. Leave me alone for once, mate. Super annoying now. It's not fun at all either. I hate Ravens so much. What a boring unit that is. Maybe we should do the same thing. You know what? That is actually a late game move, you know? If there's not a lot of Vikings out yet, that does sound like a late game move to me. Okay, freaking eBay as well over here. I don't like you, okay? Don't like you if you're watching this video. I don't like this harassment that I have to fight against. We can just do the same thing, of course. Now, triple starport, of course. That has to be the case. Yeah, I bet he's gonna have Vikings. I bet this always happens. I copy an idea of my opponent, but I do it too late. And then as a result, what happens? Is you just end up losing. I don't think in the late game usually you get the clean your opponent's tech labs though. I haven't quite seen that one yet, but maybe this time it's going to be the case. Look at that. You think I can just dodge him for long enough? Maybe I can actually. More CCs. That does feel nice. Oh, I actually did manage to dodge him now. Oh god, I love myself. Ooh. Well, okay, not an infinite amount. Oh, no. I don't love myself. Oh, no. Oh, this one's terrible. Oh, this one's so terrible. Oh, this one's freaking awful. Okay, well, we get more ravens on the way. We're building more Vikings as well. I'm gonna need to get first Neo Steel armor and then high-sec auto-tracking. I actually think that is the correct setup that I should have been doing last time as well. I need sensor towers. That seems like an absolute no-brainer over here. That it really is an absolute no-brainer. I have so much gas this time. I really did a good job on the gas mining. What is that? Where are you coming from, Chief? Okay, it's trying to come from there. Okay, we're just continuously just getting information. Like oh, he comes here. Yeah, no shot, dude. Like legitimately no shot. What? Yeah, come on. Fight me. Try and fight me. Yeah, stim in. No problem for me, buddy. All right, we have our pretty much we have our setup for the late game at this point, as in we have all the what do you call these? Yeah, what are you doing? Yeah, you're not getting in here, Chief. I have so many of these good things. I have the late game setup. Okay, I have the late game setup. I have my extra things. So then I just want. I think I want 3 factories actually. And I want an armory so I can get ship weapons upgrades. And then what is my next thing? Where are you going? You're going over here. That's what you're doing. And then I'm going to start mixing in Thors as well. Actually, I should probably... Oh, I don't have an armory yet. Otherwise, I should have been mixing in Thors already at this point. Get a cheeky one of these over here. And build one of these over here. Turret in this area. Just randomly spread things around. I see people do this all the time in the late game in this matchup. More ravens as well. And after these 2 factories finish and we get upgrades going for them, which should happen relatively quickly. Planetary, of course, as well. I'm just going to start adding the barracks, getting stim. And then I think we're pretty much set up here for a proper late game. That's what it feels like, at least. Let's see. Just spreading this out. This feels correct as well. You can build one over here too. I have the super upgrade soon. Okay, ship weapons. Thors can start as well. Oh, you're gonna die. Poof, you get shot. Shot straight in the head, mate. I'm so curious where he is with his army. Well, not over here. I don't want to die. That's the only thing I really care about. I just don't want to die right now. We made it. Made it into where we want to be. Just gonna get more. I have such a large main base as well, so I'm just gonna get more of these. Hey, what is this? This scares me. Just gonna get a turret here as well. This is the type of stuff you see like Maru do in the uber late game. Okay, I think we actually have the most secure late game setup that someone could hope for at this point. Where is your army though, buddy? Oh, that's a bad army though, isn't it? That's a real bad army. So I'm getting Thors, second armory. And now we're going to start upgrades. And I want to add my barracks as well. So we're going to go... We've pretty much, you know, we've done the job. We managed to get into the late game. And now we're going to go in towards the early game. I wonder if it's going to work. Second eBay as well. We're going to have some Thors. I guess I'll need to start losing part of this army.
Mineral field depleted. Not enough energy.
And then really just start transitioning out. So I think so I'm gonna add some medevacs in right now as well. This seems fine, honestly. And I think, yeah, more medevacs. I think I also need a lower worker count. Who has this many workers in the early game? I'll give you the answer. Absolutely no one. That's not okay. And I think the way that I want to do it is I just kind of want to swap between these things. You know what I mean? So when I lose my late game army, I go into an early game army, and then I go into a late game army. Then I go into an early game army, and just kind of swap between. Like I'm Benjamin buttoning around, you know, back and forth.
center.
I Benjamin Button back and forth. Well, that's not an entirely great song like I thought it would sound. I whip my hair back and forth.
Our SCVs
I Benjamin Button back and... Yeah, it doesn't work. If I wasn't so lazy, I would have cut that part out of the video. Pretended like my sound bugged or something like that. Oh, how weird is that? Some sound bug. Just as I was singing a terrible song. Huh. How unlucky for you guys that you never got to hear it. Yeah, let's get some of these upgrades. No, wait, that doesn't sound correct.
add-on
And then we get
complete.
this and vehicle plating. Oh, what are you doing, Chief? I don't think I have enough units, actually. What is this, Chief? This feels bad for me. But at the same time, I'm not sure if it feels bad. Okay, now pure Marines. Go up to 8 barracks. Tanks as well, that's always allowed. But yeah, we've basically... We've now done it. This is gonna be just another army.
Depleted.
Do we have... yeah, just a pure tank army. I'm not sure what I want to do with this. These are the leftovers. Because like, these guys came from the future. I'm just gonna leave them here. Yeah, get repaired or something. I continuously get these upgrades. Going into 8 barracks as well. So I've pretty much hit the early game. I'm gonna just max out on this army. Look at this crap. Oh, that was not it. Actually, he's also trying to get into that late game stage. He must be so confused. Like, man, my opponent just had the army of a lifetime is now moving into something idiotic. This makes legitimately no sense. Oh, I don't even have stim yet. Oh, this doesn't feel so nice, does it now? Oh, this does not feel so nice. This does not feel nice at all. Wait, how is that in range? It's really not okay. I want reactors on this. Reactors all around. I mean, I can just own this now. I still have a setup here as well. I'm gonna start base trading semi, I guess. I don't know how this works. More medevacs. Just play like a very active style. Pretty much how Beyond would play the mid game every single time.
Upgrade complete.
I wonder if he has anything in the main. Yeah, of course he doesn't. You know why? Because I went straight into air. Let's pretend like there's nothing in here.
Complete.
Let's just pretend like there's absolutely nothing in here. And then this is going to be my second army, which I'm also just going to move across the map. Did you see that? No shot, right? Come on. Okay, so now we're back in the early game. And I don't think we're actually gonna ever leave this early game. I need more upgrades? For sure. And I need more medevacs as well. Do I just kind of stay in the early game and then start spreading out like a madman? Because if that's the case, I think I just want to get rid of this army at some point as well. I mean, I have to almost. Definitely can't continuously attack that planetary. Does feel somewhat bad. Okay, I'm just gonna clean this up real fast. I mean, these units, they came from the future. I'm not allowed to use them. So we use them a little bit. Okay, and now I guess we're kind of, you know, bouncing into the mid game right now. It's kind of what it feels like, at least. Kind of bouncing into the mid game. What's this? I think I can just move in here now. Yeah, most def. Most def, as the kids would say. As the kids would say, most definitely I can just bounce in here for a little bit. Yeah, I could most definitely just bounce in here a little bit. Yeah, just bouncing in here, mate. Hey, just bouncing. Like, I don't understand quite what his army is either, but it does exist. It's always good for armies to exist. He's gonna siege up, isn't he, prick? But he has range as well. Oh, I forgot to get my own lib range. Oh, I completely forgot about that. Ah, that's kind of stupid by me, honestly. Okay, now we've pretty much maxed out on what would be considered an early to mid-game army. Like, I went back into the early game, then back into the mid-game. So I think we've really done kind of a sick job when it comes to that. I'm just gonna move this army around as well. Yeah, no shot, dude.
Mineral field depleted.
Nice. But also completely useless, surely. You go on over here.
Field depleted.
Probably should be moving forward at least a little bit. And now we just get more starports, because I want to start transitioning into a late game at this point. What are you doing? That doesn't sound like a good plan at all, mate. Oh. I wonder if I can kill this. If I just jump on top of it real fast. Does it have any tanks here or no? Here it is. This is a play. This was a play. I told you this was a play.
Not
I
enough.
told you this was a Jawohl! Oh. Poof, poof, poof. Like a little ping pong ball bouncing onto two trampolines. I go back and forth from young to old, late to early to mid, late to early to mid. It's like it's the Stairmaster, but it's glitching out. So it goes up and down, the Stairmaster. I don't think there's a Stairmaster that goes downstairs. That would be sick as well. I often struggle more with going downstairs than upstairs if you're trying to do it fast. It feels more scary. Harder, easier to fall, you know? I think they need practice for that. What a beautiful game this was, though, huh? This was... Freaking had a late game army at the 7-minute mark and had an early game army at the 20-minute mark, 18-minute mark. This is exactly how StarCraft is supposed to be played. Completely wrong. People always tell me, Harstem, why do you play StarCraft the way you do? It's because this is incorrect. And that's what I love about it. It just feels completely wrong. But then you win, and then it feels so right. Like, I unironically believe that this opener, if you tweak it a little bit, might not be the mad. Like, I was floating a fair chunk of cash as well. And I've lost 3 Ravens for free, but I have so many air units. I wonder what the downside is of just opening 2 starports. Because you just get completely out-expanded. I don't actually know. This seems insanely powerful. All right. And with that insanely powerful note, I'm going to leave all of you. I hope you did enjoy this episode of Beating Grandmaster with Stupid Stuff. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see all of you next time in the future again. I have an end card that works with the Patreons on the side, videos below if I didn't do that incorrectly, and I'll see all of you another time, hopefully. Tomorrow will be a live stream on YouTube, by the way, so be sure to check that out. That will start at 1 p.m. Central European time, and we'll be casting the Kung Fu Cup. So be sure to have a look at that. Well, I'll play the Kung Fu Cup until I lose. So maybe round 2. And we'll cast it after. We always have a lot of fun on the Wednesday, so don't miss that. All right, I'll see you all there, and otherwise on the Thursday for IODIS. Bye-bye.